Greetings, fellow YouTubers. This is Ghost Train 615, transmitting to you from my studio, the basement of my house. Before I begin, I want to send a shout out to Love 102692 for alerting me, as well as you, over an atrocity that was committed this past 9/11. As you, I, or anybody knows, it's been 11 years since the disaster involving the Twin Towers that were felled by terrorist Muslims. 3,300 people in total lost their lives. And I should know. I had to sit with my father to watch that horror unfold while in his bedroom. I saw it for myself on one of the TVs downstairs and ran up to my father's room to tell him that the World Trade Center was on fire. He was in shock, and at first he didn't believe me. I had to switch his TV on, to reveal to him the horror that was happening to a city that I'm proud to call my hometown. My father was so upset for this that he cried. I had to walk out of the room because I couldn't stand to see him do that. Now, before I started my denouncement of the Today Show, Lillian Lopez Callado Jackson, formerly vocalist for the group Odyssey, who had a million-selling hit in December 1977 with Native New Yorker, of which I'm proud to be, passed away this past September 4th from stage 4 cancer. She was a member of the group Odyssey that bore the song and later had a follow-up with Inside Out in 1982. In my research, I found out that one of the other members, Tony Reynolds, passed away in his home in Jamaica, Queens in 2004. Both of them will sadly be missed, but their song Native New Yorker will live on. Now to get to the matter at hand. I'm denouncing the Today Show, and I'm going to boycott them personally, and you should as well, for their blatant cowardice and disrespect on 9/11 of this year. The other morning shows were staying with their coverage of the 9/11 memorial ceremony. And as I stated before, 3,300 people, including paramedics, firefighters, and policemen, lost their lives. And like my dad couldn't get over the Vietnam War, this was a day I couldn't get over either. But when word of blatant disrespect reaches people like me, there's a very serious problem. Love 102692 informed people like me and you that the Today Show decided that for ratings that an interview with Kris Jenner was more important than showing their respect to the fallen. As anyone knows, maybe even a fourth grader, these assholes at the Today Show will do anything for ratings, just like the Chicago clown in the White House will do anything to get votes from anywhere and anybody, whether they live in the U.S. or not. Don't get me started on that dumb bastard. I'm dealing with these bastards at hand right now, and I'm going to denounce them from A to Z if I have to. When you do something like this, you don't deserve to be on the air anymore. You deserve to be knocked off the air. Especially Matt Lauer, that punk. And yeah, Matt Lauer, I'm calling you a punk. Why don't you do something about it? After all, You punk bitch. You're the one that stabbed Ann Curry in the back. You and the rest of those assholes. And now, you and the very same assholes that you're in with decide that an interview with Kris Jenner is more important. I'm going to get to that in a few minutes, okay? But I'm not finished yet. I want to pass the word on to my fellow YouTubers to go to www.facebook.com/Today's Show 9/11 Forgotten. Go to that page and you give these scumbags at the Today Show all the hell they deserve. You want attention, you bastards, at NBC? Oh, you're going to get attention, all right. But it's not going to be in a positive way for what you did. And it's time for you to pay your dues in full. Some of us are never going to be forgiving or show you any mercy on this. You bastards, as I said before, will do anything for ratings and you don't give a flying fuck as to how you get them, right? When 3,300 fellow New Yorkers are dead, that's where I give a fuck. I give a fuck about them. And all their families that they left behind. Because you scumbags obviously don't. And now, I'm going to publicly and formally denounce you and call you out for your cowardice. You're a bunch of gutless cowards. All of you. Every single last one of you. You'll be facing the Redeemer for what you did. And he's going to pass judgment. And those 3,300 victims are going to be the jury. And trust me, the Redeemer and those 3,300 souls are not going to be very understanding. From people like me, that's asking too much. And then you can't figure out why the hell Good Morning America's been kicking the fuck out of you for the last 4 or 5 goddamn months. You bastards. How dare you? How fucking dare you? Now for the next part of the journey. Bringing in Kris Jenner. I'd like to know what for. What's the reason? Okay. I don't have any logical answer to that question. But I am going to say this. Kris Jenner, you have a beautiful daughter, and I admit I'm crazy about her. I don't care what her past is about. But you should have exercised some common sense, and you should have said, wait a minute. Today's a somber day. I'm going to put this interview on hold. This can wait. But you chose not to. You chose to make it all about you, and that's what disgusts me. I, a New Eurekan, native New Yorker, born in the Bronx, New York, I'm chiding you for your blatant lack of respect and your little self-promotion. You make me ashamed of you. It's one of your daughters not ashamed of you. But I am. And I'll be damned if both of you assholes ever do something like this again, because I'm going to promise you, you won't. You won't get away with it. You will not. And I am not dragging Kim into this because I don't think she has anything to do with this. It's not her. As I said, my confession is, I'm crazy about her. She just needs to get rid of Kanye West. Because I can't stand his ass. Any of you YouTubers out there remember the Taylor Swift fiasco? I do. Believe me, I do. A lot of things have happened. I am not forgiving, and I will not forget. This example that both NBC and the Today Show have set is going to be the biggest black mark of disgrace and dishonor in their history book, or in the annals of television history itself. Because they'll look back on this, and there will be people that will say, what were these idiots at the Today Show thinking? You trust me. That's what will happen years from now. before I end this, I am going to give my final thought on what the Today Show has done. And I don't care if those assholes at NBC like it or don't like it. You have an opportunity to do something about it. Too bad it's the only opportunity you're going to get. Excuse me. So, in conclusion of this, I'm going to avenge the 3,300 and their families by saying, NBC, Today's Show, and Matt Lauer, go fuck yourselves. I'm out.